Welcome to the Notary Educators with Kimmi Podcast. Hosts Kimmi and Jeff Nunnally, along with Alexis Franklin, share expert insights to help you launch and grow a successful mobile notary business no matter what state you are commissioned in. Learn how to become a top-notch loan signing agent and get answers to common notary questions. Explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training library, plus live weekly online coaching sessions with courses on general notary work, wedding efficient services, remote online notary, ink fingerprinting, apostille, translation services, and I-9 completion. Notary Educators, LLC is your one-stop shop for notary training. Tune in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast and subscribe to the Notary Educators with Kimmi's YouTube channel also for more tips. Take your notary business to new heights.
How is it going today? Let's see, I think we need to close this. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit too much light. What is up? What is up? We'll let YouTube do what it does. It has to notify you that I am live. Let's see, can we cut this down? One of the people always talking about, can I buy your house? Can I buy your house? All right, guys, let's do this. So, I am spanking brand new to the channel. I help notaries nationwide grow their business, start their business, and learn. Because if you do not know how to do your notarial duties, you have no business doing business. Hey guys, what's up? I was supposed to tell my mentorship group that I am live, but hopefully they will see the notification. I forgot, and I didn't want to confuse them because I'm going live over in mentorship again later. I went live earlier, but usually it's a little better in the evenings, just FYI. So I will be live later over in mentorship. But hey, welcome everybody. If you have a question about your business, feel free to go ahead and drop it. So today we're talking about, hey Kimmi, this is a common question I get. I don't have money to get a printer. I don't have money to get a scanner, but I really want to start the business. I have my commission, I have my stamps, but I don't have money for all this equipment that I hear about to be a loan signing agent. So people will put everything on hold. It's like, well, you know what? I can't afford this, so forget it. No, that's not what we do. That's not what we do, okay? We're going to make it happen. So what does that look like, though, for real, if you can't afford a printer? What are some different notary jobs that you can take without having a printer? Okay, so let's talk about it. The first thing you can do is general notary work, okay? General notary work is just that. It's general. People from the public will call you and say, hey, I got a school note. Can you notarize that? I have one, matter of fact, so I'm supposed to do tomorrow. It's called a school residency form, school residency affidavit. And what they're trying to confirm is that the person, the student is in the school district, and they need to make sure, who is he living with? Is it the uncle, the father, grandfather? Whose house is it? Because the child may not belong to that district, so they're really cracking down on that. That's a general notary job. Another one might be a spousal consent. That is not how it works. So there is a form that needs to be filled out. That would be general notary work. When someone calls you to a hospital, a nursing home, all of that will fall under general notary work. And you don't need a printer to do any of those jobs. Now, occasionally, I will have a client that says, hey, can you print this for me? But if I don't have a printer, I just don't have one. They got to go to Office Depot, Staples, or wherever they got to go to get it printed. If I can print it for them, then that's another service that I can offer. I had a lady the other day, she gets to my house, because I let her come to the house, and she never said she needed to get something printed. And she pulls up and she's like, do you have a printer? She knew I had a printer because they were repeat clients, because you don't just go somewhere not knowing fully what's up. But then she could have assumed that because my business is the way it is online, that it would be logical to printer. And most people assume that when they call me, hey, can you print that for me? So, and we do have a printer. That's your water, Jeff. I didn't let Jeffrey say good morning. I'm sorry, I'm so rude.
Hello, everybody. And in addition to that, she's telling the story there, but other jobs that can be done. As you mentioned, did you say power of attorney?
You can expound.
Oh, power of attorney, trusts, wills, ink fingerprinting. inspections,
mystery shopping,
apostilles.
I'm gonna talk about that one a little bit.
Those other jobs that you can do when you don't have, if you don't have a printer at the time. My little 2 cents.
Well, we appreciate your 2 cents, Jeffrey. We appreciate it. When it comes to apostilles, though, guys, I will say I would recommend at least getting a basic printer, because a lot of times with your apostille work, people will need you to print something. Okay.
Now.
Oh, Jeffrey, want to add?
Now, to add on to it, when we say a basic printer, we're talking about a laser, not an inkjet, laser, so that you don't want that paper to smear. So just keep that in mind if you're going to get a basic laser printer with toner.
About how much do they cost you?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked in a while. It depends if you get a single tray or a dual tray. We use Brothers.
Well, we're trying to avoid that. Yeah. But what's a simple one they can get?
I don't know. You have to. I don't know what the prices are. But in any case, you want to get a simple black and white laser printer that uses toner, not ink cartridges. So keep that in mind, because you don't know where that paperwork is going, and if somewhere down the road you wind up you are to cross over into loan signing, you want to be able to be prepared. You don't want to have to go out and buy something else unnecessarily. So just keep that in mind.
So if you don't want to buy any kind of printer right now, and again, you just want to start getting your money, your general notary work, and you might put apostille on the back burner just for a minute, because I do a lot of printing when I do apostille work. It may be they're sending me the documents. I have to print the form sometimes to take to the state. So it is some printing involved with apostille work. So that's why I said you might want to kind of think about that one. The mystery shopping does not require any printing typically. Field inspection also does not. And we got a lot of people that's killing the game doing field inspection and ink fingerprinting and all that kind of stuff, because again, it doesn't require any printing. But to make the most money out of all the different ones we just spoke about is going to be your general notary work, learning how to master those power of attorneys. So I do have a certified trust/estate course. It comes with a certification. Now I'm going to be fully transparent with you. A certification is not required, but you all like to hear that word, so I'm going to give it to you. It is a certified course. It comes with a certification, okay, at the end of it. But a certification is not required. What is required is for you to know how to properly stamp those papers, how to properly identify your client, how to properly fill out that journal, okay? That's what's required, how to properly price your services. So that extra piece of paper is not required. No one's ever going to call you from a hospital or a nursing home and say, hey, let me see your certification before you come out and do my trust package. I did a trust package yesterday at the house. I had a family member and Jeffrey were my witnesses, and she was there, would you say 30 minutes or 40? Not even 30?
No more than 30.
She was there about 30 minutes. So it was a trust package. Hers was very organized, very, very organized. So it was 30 minutes. I think I made a nice piece of money for 30 minutes legally. All right. So, yeah, so you don't have to have a printer, guys. You do not. But you do need to have proper knowledge of what you're doing. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the mentorship program and how you can train with us, because that's always the next question I get. Well, Kimmi, I love your information. How can we work with you? You can work with me and my team, Notary Educators, by visiting notaryeducators.com. I'll tell you a little bit about our mentorship program. Right now, we meet every Monday night live Eastern. Okay, if you cannot make that for some reason, there is always a replay available. All right, always a replay. And the major difference between the 27 and 47 is the course library that you have access to. So you have access to your core courses for this $27 entry point, or you have access to all of the courses, which are about 17 of them, for the $47. Okay. And yep, that's it. So you can join whenever you want to. You can join today. You can start now. Instant access to your courses. And then we meet, like I said, every single Monday. And you can catch all the replays, not just the ones going forward, but you have access to all the replays. Okay? So the membership also includes a live community that runs 7 days per week. There's a help button over there too, so you can get help if you have a real life appointment. You don't have to wing that by yourself. The community is there to help you. So it's fully inclusive at either point, okay? The 27 or 47, you get the same access. And that was something we started 2 months ago, and I'm just loving that because we're truly one family now. And it's been working. So anytime we make a move, sometimes it's a little unnerving, even for myself. I'm like, okay, I got to make this business decision. And I'm like, well, do I want to reduce the price? Do I not want to reduce it? And it's been able to help more people. So whenever you can help more people, and this is even in your business, if you try to overprice your services because you can, because there are going to be times when it's like, you know what, your client's going to call you and they're going to say, I couldn't find nobody else. Nobody won't pick up the phone. Nobody won't notarize this for me. Nobody. And when I hear stuff like that, that lets me know, hey, I might could increase the price a little bit. But I don't. I stay consistent, and I recommend you do the same thing. I've heard people call. I had a lady one time, hey, Sheila, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. Is it afternoon? Oh, yeah, we way afternoon, right? I had a client a few weeks ago, and she called me. She was like, well, everyone else is charging double what you're charging. So she traveled to me. I told her, she asked me, could she come to me? And a lot of notaries don't offer a service where you can go to them. They make their money on the travel fee, right? So she said, they're charging double. She said, is there any way I can come to you? And I told her, yes. I gave her half price of what everybody else was charging, basically. But again, I didn't have to leave my home. She's coming to me. So I don't recommend everybody have service at their home. But if you can, you might want to think about it. It's by appointment only. You cannot just show up at my door. People will sometimes. It's very rare. But we have had a couple people just kind of pop up. It's only been maybe, 3 times?
Yeah.
It ain't been that many. Because most people, when they call, they know they need an appointment. It's not UPS. Most people already say, do you have any appointments available today? And I'm sitting there like, I sure do. And if I don't have an appointment, I know somebody can take you. So, I make sure I always try to refer work out when I can. So, yeah. So don't let not having a printer stop you from, starting your business. It should not stop you. And again, I have one student, actually 2. But one, she does a little bit of everything. But I have a male student, and that's all he does. If you guys were watching our success videos from last year, we did a success. We posted it this year. But in December, we did like a little success of all the community. And he completed 388 field inspections.
What time?
I believe it was 6 months. Because we tried to nail him down on a date. But I remember when he started. So you may want to, if you don't want mentorship right now in all of the courses, because you may say, hey, Kimmi, I just want to do wedding officiant, or I just want to do loan signing, or I just want to do the mystery shopping, or I just want to do field inspection, whatever it is you want to do, ink fingerprinting, whatever. You can buy the courses individually too. And it's the same full course that we have in the mentorship program. But nothing is watered down. You get access to the same real thing. And that is coupon code. Today is Friday. How about we do coupon code Friday, and you can get 70% off any single course you want. Even the apostille course, because I always get that question. Even the apostille course, Kimmi? Yes, even the apostille course, you can get 70% off. And it's the full real course. It's not something watered down. Even the loan signing course, yes, you can get 70% off. Okay, use coupon code Friday. and you can get any single course that you want. Now, that's not off the mentorship, because that's already what it is. That price is not changing. Well, it's no discount on that. So I see we got a few people joining us. Happy Friday, people. How else can I best help you today? Jeffrey and I, we are here. If you got a technical question, Jeffrey is here. He's our technical person with the printers. And sometimes we had a recent situation where one of our mentees, they were printing something and it printed sideways. And everybody was in the community trying to help them out. And it was the weirdest thing ever. And why that Zod printed sideways, we'll still never know. But they got to the bottom of it in the community together. And they actually had to end up reaching back out to the signing company, have them re-upload the file. So sometimes, we exhaust everything we can with you, but at a certain point, you may have to go back to the signing company. That's another reason why we love the community so much too, is because we encourage you. If you got to make a mistake, if you're unsure about something, always start with us in the community. Let us help you first, and then, because you don't want to make your mistakes out there with your signing companies, okay? You don't want to make your mistakes out there. You want to make it with the community where we can help talk you through it, help you reason on it. Hey, okay, such and such and such and such. So that's another part of the community that is just so amazing. Okay, Sheila, are you still here? What you got going on? What's new with you? What's new? Anything? So we are on 285 today. We both kind of hate getting on the freeway. If we ain't got to do it. Hey everybody, what's going on? I see we got a few new people. So I'll hang out a couple more seconds, and I am getting ready to head out of here. What else do we have going on? Any questions? So I told you about mentorship. Last thing I'll just tell you about product-wise is, and you can join mentorship today. You can get your courses today, your self-paced, and start right now. Instant access. You don't have to wait for anything. Instant access. You own the courses forever. That's a question I get. When you buy them individually at the coupon, using coupon code Friday, 70% off, you own that course forever, so you can always go back and rewatch it. Yep, that's housed on Gumroad. So you got everything you need to win. So that's why, all last year y'all kept hearing me say no more excuses, and now I'm giving you another one that you can overcome, another excuse. My eyes itching, and that's not having a printer. You don't have to have a printer to get started. You don't. So I see we had a few more people to join us. What is she doing? Trying to come in our lane. They drive crazy in Atlanta. I'm gonna show y'all right quick. Hold on. We on 285. Ooh, child. Yeah, now this is pretty good right now. We're expecting a snowstorm. I didn't mean to flip it back. We're expecting a snowstorm. What other questions do you guys have? I'm here a few more minutes. I am here. Yeah, it's supposed to hit tonight at midnight. Are you hot, Joe?
No, my wrist.
It's supposed to hit tonight at midnight, so we got a couple appointments we are going to, and then we're going to get in, and hopefully tomorrow could be a nice little snow day. What I did encourage my people in the community, and I think maybe here on YouTube too, I know I did on the community. Ooh, Jeff, slow down. Ooh. I encouraged them during this slow time or this snow time or whatever to see what they can do to better market their business, work on their marketing supplies, clean out your bag, refresh yourself on some of the courses, make a list of what you want to do, set some goals. This is a good time for all of that. Respond to your reviews. That's something I need to work on. I'm a little behind on all of my comments on social media, as well as my reviews for my clients. So I need to really have a scheduled day to do that. I need a scheduled day to just do reviews. I'm I'm still trying to see what that looks like. I did some this morning, so I got to do some more. So I have to answer my comments on my YouTube channels. Then I have to answer my reviews to my clients, thanking them for taking time to leave the review, right? I appreciate that. And again, and all of that kind of stuff too, when you're doing review, hey, Sweet Blue, what's up with you? Welcome, welcome. When you are answering your reviews in Google, I'm just dropping gems. I hope y'all picking them up. That is shaking the algorithm, saying, hey, something going on over there. We need to see what's up. And then something going on the side of the freeway. I'm going to show y'all. This is Spaghetti Junction I was talking about the other day. Spaghetti Junction. You see all the crisscrossing? If you're not from Atlanta, this is all the criss. And see this little nut just cut us off. Okay, anyway. So this Spaghetti Junction. And at 5 o'clock, you really don't want to be in this area. You really don't. I done spent my fair share of time out this way, so I know. And I already paid my dues, so I hope I ain't got to come back out this way for work ever again. Like work, because it can be intense. But anyway, yeah, that's why when I used to work out this way in Atlanta, I would work from like 10 to 7:30. I would always start a job. And I would say, hey, can I change my schedule? And they would usually let me, because nobody likes to work late, right? Most people don't. But I did, because I didn't want to get in traffic. So I would always start like 9 to 5, 8:30 to 4 and all that. And I was like, do you think I could work the late shift? Because I couldn't stand traffic. I work weekends, holidays, even on my notary business. I that's my preference. So I always tell people it's still room for you because you might be an early bird. See, I'm not. I like to start my day like around 11, 1, but I don't mind working. Usually our last client is by 8, usually. We usually try to have it done by 5:30. We don't usually leave for appointments after 5:30. If you want to come to us, come on, but we ain't running all night long. But if you don't mind that, you trying to get your money, you might be an evening notary. You might be the one that people need. So that's why I always say there's room for everybody out here. Hey, Corey Love, what's up? What's up? How are you? Welcome. So we got quite a few people that have joined us. If you have any questions about the notary business, how to start it, how to grow it, what our mentorship program looks like, you can check out notaryeducators.com too for all of that. But what questions can I help you with while I am here live on a Friday? While I am here live, I probably will go live also maybe one of these weekend days. Maybe, I don't know, y'all might be under the bed with me a good movie or something. If I get a client and got to get dressed up, then I might go live. But if everybody snowed in, because somebody told us, oh yeah, the one guy, he want to come tomorrow, I just told y'all about, with the residency affidavit, he wants to come tomorrow. And I told him, I said, well, you know it's supposed to snow? He was like, well, he gonna come early. I don't know, because it's supposed to snow tonight. So, but that's on him if he want to come. And if I could open my garage door, I'll stand out there and do it right quick, because it's just it's a quick notarization. It's a quick notarization. But we definitely won't be traveling. Sometimes we have people call us when it's raining too much. I'm like, we can't come right now. If the rain, eases up or something, because I ain't trying to tear up my car, and we ain't trying to tear up our bodies or nothing. So you get to run your business the way you want to. And sometimes I may not want to go, but I'll see if I can find somebody that to come. Or my other option is always, you want to come to me. How bad you want to get it done? Corey says, do you allow people to come to your home? I do, Corey. Yeah. So I do. My mother, when she was living, did not like that. The main reason we started letting people come to us is because when I first learned about this business over 6 years ago, the young lady that was telling me about it is a friend of my sister's that I lost actually in 2019. And I was just casually talking to her. I was like, hey, what you doing for work? And she told me about the business, notary. And I said, oh, I've been a notary. I know you can get paid for it. So yeah, I came home, started doing my research. I'm from Michigan, short version. So when I got back home to Atlanta, I started looking into it. And I said, wait a minute, this is a whole situation. This is a thing. Anyway, I reached back out to her, though, because she told me she let people come to her home. And I was like, to your house? And she was like, mm-hmm. Now, don't forget we from Detroit now. So, I wasn't packing nothing up there, but I don't know what she had in her house, but Detroit people, we roll a little bit different sometimes. We don't scare too easily, right? So she was like, yeah. And then she was like, the other part of it is not because she was having a weapon or something, but the other piece of it was that she said when people need a notary, it's not like they're crooks. They typically just need it, and they don't even know they need one till they need one. They don't even know what a notary is until they need one. Was her reason. And so when I first mentioned this to Jeffrey, he was like, no way. And then, you want to explain why? Hold on, I'll let him explain that part.
So before we go any further, when they come to the home, we work out of the garage. They're not 99.99% of the time.
Well, I was just trying to say too, how did I get to it?
Well, I know. Well, I just want to make sure, because I'm thinking as I'm listening, because somebody is asking, they're hearing the story, but they're like, man, but they got to come in my house.
Oh, yeah, I was going to clean that up. Yeah.
So for that reason, we have the cars, we pull the cars in, face forward, so we can open up both of our vehicles, open up the trunk or the rear hatch, if you want to call it that, and then we can work from there. And we're working out of the garage, so they're not actually coming in the home. Every blue moon, like when we did the job yesterday, because it was so cold, they came in and we sat at the table and we kind of cleaned up or whatever. But most times it's in the garage. And what was the thing you asked though?
Oh, why did you not want people?
Oh, because I just didn't want nobody coming to the house. I mean, I didn't know what that's. I didn't want people in and out.
What percentage of our business do you say would they come to the house? What percentage? It's a good percentage.
It's probably about 70%.
You think 70?
I do the books, so it gets 70, 65, 60% come to the house. So we just open up the garage, we open up the back of the truck, we got little tables, at least in mine, I got a little little folding table, because we both have SUVs, and we can work right there. We stamp, boom, boom, boom. I mean, it's probably no more than 10 minutes. Usually if it's like a page or two, it's no more than 10 minutes, if that. And that's with chit-chat and finding, how you doing, how's the weather, or something like that.
Yeah, most general notary jobs are really quick.
Yeah, they're gone, pretty fast. And you're done. So just keep that in mind if that's an option for you. On the other hand, if you don't want someone to come to your home, if you're a single woman and you don't want to be having that issue, which it's understandable, then you can have, if by chance you happen to have a local Starbucks or a coffee shop or something that's nearby, then that can be your go-to, because a lot of people go in there and do business at Starbucks or whatever like that. So that's an option. Or you can work out of the back of your vehicle, like in a parking lot somewhere. I can meet you, and you don't have to tell them, well, I live around here. Just say, hey, I can meet you at such and such place. Boom. They say, okay, no problem. If you're going to do it like that. And
they're accustomed to driving, guys. Hey, Tosh, how are you? Yeah, they're accustomed to driving. So your clients are not typically, now if they want mobile service, they want mobile service. But they're typically accustomed to, I got to drive somewhere. So for them to come to and they'll ask you, do you have services at your location? And I've had people, I don't always say it's my home. When they get in the area and they're looking, they'll say, is this a residence or is this a house? I'm like, yes, I have a home office. And then when they pull up, they're thinking they might be getting ready to come in. But like Jeffrey was saying earlier, no. And we'll just kind of joke and say, this is my mobile office right here.
So,
and I'll let them know I'm mobile. You want to say something else?
In addition to that, what we do, if we know that they're coming, we ask them, we give them the time, how long you're going to take to get here. They say I'll be there in 10 minutes, so we're ready for them. The idea is, for me, I don't want them knocking at the door. I don't want them coming in and walking. I want them to see that the garage is open, and we wave them down. Here, this is where we're going to do the business. Boom, boom, boom. So that way, it's a nice flow. But you can see, usually you can tell, depending on how your neighborhood or set up. If you can see from the street, from your home, you can tell if somebody's looking for something. They don't live in the neighborhood. They're trying to find out where your address is. Once they pull up, I'm already prepared. Especially if in the summertime, it's hot, warm, or whatever. I'm already out there, and you already have an idea when they're going to get there. So that way, again, like I said, it's a nice flow. It's not they're ringing at the doorbell and you open up the door. Okay, can you meet me around the garage? I really hate that. Because I don't even want them thinking they happen to come in, and I don't want them to be nervous and think, especially if it's a single lady, I don't want them to think that there's some weird stuff going on. We're ready to go. We have a board with our business on the wall. At some point we're going to put we want to fix up the garage floor, like the little sprinkles, paint with little sprinkle stuff in there, and make it a little bit more user friendly, if you want to call it that.
More ambiance.
Yeah, ambiance. And so
I wanted to add really quick while it's on my mind too, is that depending on what type of package they have, we'll actually pull the cars out the garage or pull one of them out and set up a table. Is what we'll do typically if you're on camera now, baby. Just FYI.
Oh.
Yeah, I just put it like this. So typically what we'll do too is if they have like a loan signing or a loan modification, because some of your general notary work will have loan documents that they bring to you. They have their own seller's package or something like that. Then we'll pull out one of the vehicles and we have like a 6-foot table you would use like if you're having a party or something.
A
folding table. And then we will pull that out and let them come in the garage if it's too cold. So that's why you got to ask your screening questions, which we teach you how to do. And it's also in Start Your Notary Business book. You ask those screening questions because if I ask them, do they have a seller's package? And I know I might not want them standing at the car too long. That may not look professional, okay? So we be about getting that money, y'all. We don't play at Notary Educators, and we don't play in our own business. If you couldn't tell, we both are about getting that money. My husband is a full-time notary too. Oh, we got a lot of people. Let me say hey right quick. So that was an excellent question, Corey. I did want to say one more thing about coming to the house too. I have a little patio area I created during COVID. We got this guy to come out. So I got 2 chairs and a table, like a little porch area, because I don't have a porch. But it was just I wanted to sit out front. I'm from Detroit. Like I said, we like to sit out front. And I will do notarizations there too in the summertime. I usually sit before it gets too hot. I'll say, hey, you want to sit down for a minute? Again, depending on what kind of package they have. Most of our general notary clients are in and out, okay? All right, let's see. That was an excellent question. So just Tosh says, hey. Nika. Hey, Nika. Good afternoon. How are you? What's up? Corey says she liked those ideas, Jeffrey. Nika says, it's still a good time to become a notary. It's always a great time to become a notary. It ain't going nowhere. That profession is not going anywhere. It may change eventually, maybe a little bit, maybe more remote. But like in my state, we cannot do remote. But we teach notaries nationwide, so it doesn't matter where you're located, even though I don't actually do remote. I have a remote online course because I can tell you what your basics are going to be to get started. Okay, I have a lot of videos here for free on the channel too, but if you want to deep dive in it, the course, people love the remote course. Also, if you're interested in doing it, because it'll tell you like what platforms and different stuff. So I did give a coupon code out earlier because so many of you have joined. I'm going to give it to you again. If you want to get any of our self-paced courses that you can start immediately, instant access to right now, it's going to be coupon code Friday, and that'll get you 70% off the courses today, okay? 70% off, and you can use the coupon code Friday. Okay, so yes, it's always a good time. People are always notarizing documents every single day, Nika, so that does not change, okay? It's not going away. 24/7, somebody need a notary. Somebody's in jail, they got to get the stuff out their car. A family member got to sign for it. I mean, somebody's in the hospital, they got, fortunately got a situation with their health. The documents got to be signed today so they can move them to the nursing home. So literally all day, okay? Oh, Nika, that's so sweet. Well, we're glad you're here too. We feel blessed that you're here. She said, I feel blessed to be here. And you're in Florida, okay? And you have basically no limits in Florida. You can even do wedding officiant with your notary commission in the state of Florida. And you get $10 per stamp. So Florida's a pretty good place to be a notary. And we make it happen right here in Georgia too. People often say, well, you can't be a notary in Georgia. Yes, you can. I've been one I've been one off and on for 20 years. But running my own business as a notary, we've been doing it effectively for 6 now. Okay? So you can be a notary in Georgia. You just got to get with the right people And quit letting people tell you what you can't do. Okay, there are some things that you cannot do, but then there's other things you just need to know the workaround. Okay, let me get the rest of these comments because I am getting ready to go. Want to do mobile? Yes, you can do mobile. You don't have to let people come to your home. That's what Jeffrey was saying earlier. And it's not an option for everyone if you're a single person. Now I do have a couple people that live in apartments. They will also meet sometimes in their leasing office. Now, I'm not going to let that be my mobile office. But, if you got a one-off or a couple people, they won't know. You ain't got to go in there broadcasting. Just go in there and do what you got to do, So they will use their leasing office. So there's a lot of workarounds, guys. We got to quit finding reasons not to do something and find out how to do it, okay? Nika says, that's amazing. Great to hear. Corey says, do you have an estate plan doc training? Girl, I got everything, Corey. Yes. It's called the Master Estate / Trust Package course. Yes, and that's included in the mentorship, or you can buy it separately, okay? All 17 courses are in the mentorship. They're not watered down. They're the real courses for the $47 plan, or including apostille, or you can buy them separately using coupon code Friday today for 70% off, okay? Yep, so we got estate, we got estate / trust, we got general notary, loan signing, ink fingerprinting, field inspection, mystery shopping, wedding officiant, remote online notary. I mean, we got you covered literally A to Z, okay? That's how we do, people. That's how we do. So anyway, I got to get out of here, but I am going to wish you all a happy Friday. I will see some of you over in mentorship soon. Again, you can join today. Nika says, do we have to take any state exam? In Florida, oh, I don't recall, honey. I really don't recall for Florida. Do you have to take an exam? Yeah, you can get my Start Your Notary Business book, or go to your website, to your local website, Secretary of State for Florida. I don't think you do. I really don't. Most states, believe it or not, Nika, do not require any training. They don't require anything. They just give you a commission. I think Florida does have a little small training now, though. I think you do. But whatever it is, once you get that initial training, or whatever you have to do to get the minimum to get your certificate, because that's all they're going to give you, your commission, then double back, and it will help you actually build out your business, and will help you to actually grow it and everything. If we are a wedding officiant, do we have to do all kind of clients based on religion? So, Nika, that's an excellent question. I'm going to do a whole video on that, I think. I'm going to put it in my phone when I get off. Remind me to do a whole video on wedding officiant. So, you do not have to. The word of caution, Nika, when it comes to wedding officiant, though, is that, so for example, say you have a same-sex couple, right? That may be against your principles, your morals. So you have to be cautious, though, when people call you and you're screening your clients. You wouldn't want to say, well, I don't help same-sex clients. Even though that is your right to refuse that, you may end up catching a lawsuit or something, because this is just a society we live in. People feel like you got to do what they do. So that's one of those ones it's kind of tricky. Now, so like in my state, I don't do it. I can do wedding officiant not through my state commission. I have to get a whole nother license or whatever. That's another story for another day. But what I was going to tell you is, I know some people who do not do like same-sex marriages, and they do not do certain faiths, and they do not do certain things, but they have somebody on standby that they can refer them to. So they've made conversation, the call may sound something like, and I've heard this, I don't do wedding officiants for similar reasons. It's just too much involved for me, and I don't want to, walk that fine line between what I want to do, what I'm not going to do, what's against my morals, what's with their morals, so for me, I don't do it. But I've heard people say, what, they'll tell the client, well, hey, I just don't have anything for this day, but I can refer you to such and such, So again, you just want to be cautious, because it's such a fine line. I don't want you to get a lawsuit, or, again, it's just certain things that morally you may not want to do. And everybody's not going to respect that, So it's a little, But I will tell you this too, and this goes into that too. So with wedding officiant, though, it opened up so many more doors, because you could be doing like the wedding planner. You could be the photographer. You can have a photo booth. I mean, it's like one thing leads to another. In my mind, things like that. I'm like, okay, what's next? What can I add to this business? But again, you go back to the same thing. It's like, okay, well, do I really want to go to this party and set up my photo booth? You know, it's just business, but is that somewhere you want to go? You know, do you want your name associated with it? And you do get the right to choose. So that's another reason why I said I'm just gonna say it one more time. Just be cautious, because you have the right to say who you're going to help. Because they had a big lawsuit some years back. This lady was baking wedding cakes, and she didn't do same sex, you know, and she didn't want to service them. And it was a whole situation. Like, it made the news, and, you know, people want to boycott her business. And, you know, it shouldn't be like that. But it's a little tricky. Yeah, I'm glad you understand. But I will say this, Nika, though. In your state, you're going to make more money as a notary signing agent, too, because you don't have the same restrictions. So, like, really quick, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to go for real. In my state, we cannot do certain things. We have to have an attorney. It's an attorney state. You are not an attorney state. So, it's a lot of different things that you're going to be able to do in the state of Florida that we cannot do. You have more direct clients, and you just got to learn how to work the business, okay? So I'm going to get out of here, guys. This has been some great conversation. Yes. So check out Notary Educators for all things notary. Again, you can get any of the single courses. Use coupon code Friday, 70% off. And then if you're looking for full-blown mentorship, you can enter at either 27, 47. Everything joined today. You got instant access immediately, okay? All right, guys, I got to go because I got a co-pilot, Jeffrey. You want to say bye, huh?
Bye, folks. You gotta be careful up there.
All right. He don't like when I say that, but it's just a joke, right? I mean, we know he's the one driving. Okay. Bye, Sheila. Take care. Notary loan agent. No, honey, it's called notary signing agent, not notary loan agent. But it's the same thing, but I want to give you the correct terminology. All right. Bye, guys. See you sometime tomorrow, maybe. Stay warm, safe, and all that good stuff. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Notary Educators with Kimmi podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring as you build your notary business. Don't forget to explore our all-inclusive $47 monthly training notary library for more resources to expand your skills and services. Stay connected with us on YouTube at Notary Educators with Kimmi for even more tips, tricks, and industry insights. Be sure to subscribe and share this podcast with others who want to succeed in the notary field. Until next time, keep growing and learning, and take your notary business to the next level. See you soon! Don't forget, for all things notary related, visit notaryeducatorsllc.com.